message. We'll get all sorts of updates and from the introductions from the PTA team, welcoming our new families and going over our plans for the year and talking about volunteers and special projects, fundraising, and then talking about upcoming events and communications before we assign you all some homework. So welcome everyone. I am Rebecca Key, the PTA president for a 2-year term this year and next. I am mom to Ben Key in 4th grade and also DW alum James, who's now in 6th at James Lick. And I'm also the director of Potrero Kids Preschool. So some of you are lucky enough to see me constantly in your work time and your free time. Congratulations, and I apologize. My work for this has been to do as much advanced planning as possible for this year so that we're not scrambling as the year goes on. We'll tell you about a bunch of those plans tonight. And we have a really enthusiastic PTA team, some of whom I aggressively bullied into joining this crew, but they're amazing, giving a lot of their time and energy already. So please appreciate them whenever you see them. And we also have just lots of volunteer energy, people who are already lending a hand with both support roles that take a lot of work and just day-to-day help of everything from directing traffic to bringing treats for the teachers. So thank you. And room parents, especially, you are our nexus of information to the teachers and what they need. So we really appreciate you, and we expect you to let us on the PTA executive team know what teachers want and need and help us serve the school as best we can. And Max.
Okay, hi everyone. Rebecca, I put it, yeah, there we go. I just wanted to quickly talk about the partnership I have with the PTA. I do meet with the executive team, so the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer once a month to discuss the meeting, but other objectives that we have. I work really closely with the PTA executive team. I've worked at many schools, and this is a PTA that in terms of my experience working with various PTAs, this one has a big say in the direction the school goes. I know that they'll talk a little bit more about this in the meeting, but they do fund a considerable amount of positions and resources for the school and for our students. So I did just want to highlight that before jumping in. I'm getting a lot of questions about staffing, so I did just want to address this here. I know that there's a lot of things in the news. We know about the current teacher shortages that are happening in San Francisco and across the country. We are really lucky at Daniel Webster to be fully staffed, both inside of the classroom and with outside of the classroom support. We do not have any new teachers, although I really strongly believe in supporting new teachers and hiring new teachers. This year for us, it was really important to get teachers with experience because we know a lot of our students are coming back and after the pandemic and sort of needing a lot more resources and experience. And so all 17 of our classroom teachers are experienced. They have experience, whether it's at Daniel Webster or at other schools. We have 5 teachers who are coming to us from other schools this year, 2 from within the district, 2 from Spain, and then 1 from Sacramento. All have teaching experience in elementary school. So I'm really excited about this staff. If you haven't met, if you see some newer adults that are coming into the building and you haven't seen them before, feel free to say hi. A lot of them will be at pasta night, which you'll hear about in a little bit, but we are really excited for that. On that same note, I do want to be really transparent, and I always am transparent in these meetings and with families, that SFUSD made an executive decision the week before school started to pull classroom credentialed teachers who are not teaching classroom inside the classroom. So for example, our reading intervention specialist in English and our reading intervention specialist in Spanish were pulled from us. We found this out the week before school started. So each of them is pulled part-time to teach in a classroom in another school that hasn't an open position. So that's been really hard for us to adjust to. We're really, really focusing on getting those folks back in full time, but just know that our staff has been pulled, and there is the potential that other credentialed teachers who are not classroom teachers, that they will also be pulled to cover open classroom position in the district. We still have close to 100 open positions in the district. So it's just kind of reality check that even though there's a lot of sustainability right now at Daniel Webster, we're still part of SFUSD, and our staff still has to meet the needs of other schools. So you will see more about this in the news. I know there's a clash right now with the board and with parents. And so we are looking for parents to get involved and advocate for our staff staying at our school. So more will come out about that. But I did just want to update everyone with that piece. So we do have reading intervention specialists, both of them only working with us part-time right now until they can figure out staffing at the other schools. Annalisa Carter is here right now. I was going to introduce her because she was going to do the language line. She will usually do the language line to do Spanish interpretation, but I'll let her introduce herself and talk a little bit about her role that will be directly working with the PTA and parents in general.
Hi there, my name's Annalisa Carter. I'm the family support specialist, and I'm here to support families and parents in helping their child have success at school. So any types of parent volunteering or involvement. I definitely will be keeping track of attendance and helping those who need support in attendance, and just reaching out and getting to know the families. If you need to contact me, my email is this very obscure email, sch497@sfusd.edu.
I linked in the school community Google Calendar. For those of you who use Google Calendar and it's easy to do, you can just click this and add it. This is where we'll put all of the community related events. So things that might not be in the PTA calendar, for example, parent teacher conferences, report cards, etc. But it will also overlap with things that you'll see in the PTA calendar that they'll talk about in a little bit. And so for example, like pasta night. So basically all things that parents should be seeing, events, school events, outside of school events, etc., will be on this calendar. We'll really make sure we update this. So like PTA meetings, ELAC meetings, and all Zoom links, etc., will be in there. This is linked in this slide deck. And we send this, Sarah sends the slide deck out. So you can just click this and add it. We can go to the next one, Rebecca. Excited about this. Our SFUSD website has been a saga. Traditionally, the PTA ran a separate website. Now we have an SFUSD website we've been sort of co-managing with a few parents. Annalisa and I have been working on updating it, and so we are planning on actually using this website to also include upcoming like events and information and school contact and bios about the teachers and all things Daniel Webster. There's also a PTA website that they're going to talk about, but just know we also will be launching ours next week, and I'll send something out to the community about that. School tours. This isn't really relevant to everyone, but I do, everyone knows people, and they know whether, incoming families that are thinking about Daniel Webster. So feel free to get the word out. We are going to start official school tours again for the months of November, December, January, and February. Bridget had a really great idea of having a couple, maybe like a couple tours for families that already are here who maybe haven't had a tour yet with me or with Annalisa, and you would like to see some of the facilities in the classrooms. So October, we're going to start a couple weeks early, and we'll let you know how you can sign up for those if you'd like to come and see those. And we're also going to give you all the opportunity. Parents love to hear from other current families. And so if you're interested in helping give the tours, especially on times when we might need to break it into two groups to potential families, if you're interested, you can email Annalisa. She's going to be leading those tours with me, and we can definitely have you train you. And if you're someone who really likes giving tours, if you did that when you were in college, and I can't remember what it was called, we would love to have some help with that. And again, families just really like hearing from other parents. I'm almost done. Enrollment fair. This is a plug. This is the big district-wide event. It's going to be in person for the first time in 3 years. It's at John O'Connell on the 22nd. If you're like, I really feel like going over to some random high school on a Saturday morning and being with Max at a booth and talking to incoming families about wanting to come to Daniel Webster, let me know. Reach out to me. Come join me. I'll be there. I'll buy you a coffee. Again, families like hearing from other families. So if you're interested, let me know. I think that's all I have.
just a plug, I've done the fair, and it's really, really fun for those who are interested. It's really great to talk to incoming families, very rewarding.
Great. I just had a family message me privately on the chat that needs support having access to translation. Can someone say the instructions how families can have access to the Spanish translation?
Hi, Anna. We had major technical difficulties tonight, so we are going to translate these slides and get all the information out that we shared, but the Spanish translation is not working tonight. I'm so sorry. Max, did you want to address how this parent view thing works?
Sure. So you all should be getting emails from me, from the school, through the DW listserv, as well as your child's teacher. If you have not gotten any emails from me, so any of our newsletters, and you aren't getting emails from your child's teacher, then you're most likely either not on the listserv because your email is not registered through Parent View, or it's maybe going through spam. Sometimes, depending on your email preferences, group listservs emails go straight to spam. So check that, type in my email address. If you're still not seeing anything, then you're most likely not on our listserv, which means that your email is not registered into Parent View. So you can register that into Parent View. The quick way to add yourself is just to email me. I just go in and add you to our listserv as well as your child's teacher's listserv. And then we can support you with getting your info updated into Parent View.
Great. Max, thank you so much for the update.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions for me? I love you all, but I am gonna pop out and go get dinner. It's been a long day.
Bye, Max.
Hi. Oh.
I'm just saying bye.
Oh, bye.
Go eat dinner, Max. We'll bug you
Okay.
later.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, we're going to kick it to Tim, our new treasurer, to introduce himself. Tim, you out there?
Yes, hello. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to put this slide up here because I think I was famously elected to the executive board, having not been in the actual meeting where the elections were held. So wanted to get my face up here and tell you a little bit about myself. So I am relatively new to DW. I also say this slide is mostly please forgive me as I learn slide. I am relatively new to the school. My oldest child is in first grade. An important note is I actually don't live in the Potrero Hill neighborhood. I live in the Lone Mountain neighborhood near USF. What that means kind of tactically is it's going to be difficult for me to physically take things from you. I'm thinking mostly about cash. The best thing to do is just leave me items in the PTA mailbox, and my lovely wife who volunteered me at that past PTA meeting will check, or if I'm in the school, I'll check. If you really need to hand something off, we will work something out. I'm not a bookkeeper by education or training. I am a humble engineer. So I will be doing my best to turn around reimbursement requests. My goal, like I said, is to do it within 2 weeks. And my strong preference is for digital copies. So if you email timcrowellpta@gmail.com, that'll help get that turnaround faster. And then I just want everyone to know I am working on my Spanish, but it's very much a work in progress. So so please forgive me on that one too. And then next slide. Just wanted to give a couple of quick updates in terms of some money things. Total membership in July and August of this year. You can see the dues, $564.25. We had a couple of donations come in. Thank you very much to those who donated. We had a big event. Oh, look, all ones. Look at that. We had a big event a couple weeks ago, the back to school barbecue, where we collected donations. That was very, very successful. The number I listed here is minus the PayPal fees that we paid. However, I do suspect there's some expenses out there. So if you contributed food or charcoal or whatever to that event, please submit an expense so we can close the books on that one. And then my last item here, just as a fun thing, like your support for the Daniel Webster PTA has already gotten supplies in the 6 classrooms so far. I've reimbursed 6 teachers for classroom supplies. So wanted to make sure everyone knew that too.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Bridget. I'm the vice president, one of those people that Rebecca generously and not bullying took me in to support her however she needs. She's the pro. I was involved in the PTA a little bit last year, but the time was tough. So I'm really happy that it's a little bit later this year and that I could participate and support. My goal is supporting Rebecca however she needs support. Like just reading the chat box or whatever she needs. So again, Rebecca, I'm here for you. And I'm really new at this, so bear with me. My role is also kind of managing the donor cycle. So helping in partnership with Tim, who gets the money, I help make sure that people are recognized and cultivated and stewarded. So we thank them appropriately, but also just working with the membership and the group to kind of cultivate all that we're doing and continue to ask for more support, because that's like money helps, make, I'm not going to go into it. Okay. But anyways, money really helps make the school a little bit better at times. So it helps support different things. And that's why we're here, among other things that Rebecca will talk about. And a little bit about me. I've been here in San Francisco and the Bay Area since 2008. And been working in kind of the world of development communications for 18 years. So definitely raising money is kind of something that I've been doing my whole professional career. My husband, Matt Holian, he is the econ chair at San Jose State. And we have 2 kids, Joan, who's in Miss Lydia's class, and Grace, who's a future Daniel Webster girl. So that's my family. And thanks all for joining us today.
Hey, everybody. I'll keep it short. I know most of you. I'm the returning secretary. I was secretary last year. I have 2 kids, both in the Spanish immersion program, Lila Rose and Zoe. I'm a teacher by trade, so definitely here to support the teachers, and things that you can anticipate getting in from me via email are the PTA minutes in both English and Spanish, and also invites to coffee talk on the Daniel Webster Schoolyard, which we're going to try to do more. And I look forward to working with everyone this year.
Thank you to our amazing team. And Bridget, I'm so psyched that you're going to support me whatever I need. Lattes, baked goods, great. Good to know.
You name it, I got you.
We are jumping into the PTA mission for this year. I'm mostly not going to read slides to you, but this one is pretty important. Our vision is to create a strong sense of community by engaging everyone inclusively, increasing our resources, and supporting our school staff, all while having fun along the way. And I really do have a value on fun. We all work hard. We're going to put in some time, but pretty much everything we do together as a school community can be fun, and we will find ways to make it fun. And a special welcome to our new families. And some of you are joining at different grade levels, or you still feel new because the past couple of years have been super weird. So just start small. We really need your help, but we don't need you to take on anything huge. Start just by connecting with others at your grade level, attending events and meetings, and Facebook groups are happening. And it's a nice way to share photos or thoughts or activities together. And think of ways that you want to contribute this year. So starting out with Pasta Night is one of our biggest events of the year, happening next month. And you don't need to take on a huge role, but just volunteering for a shift really makes the event run smoothly. So you'll get lots of info on that, and please do. And just start thinking about if you are in the position to make a financial donation. This is, one tax year that, you might want to make it before the end of the year, and think about what you can contribute. And our overview for the year, like I said, we've been doing advanced planning so that we are never playing catch up at any point in the year, but our major events are going to be pasta night, which is a long-standing tradition at DW, which we now hold outside on our yard for multiple reasons, but it's a lot of fun. And it involves a really big silent auction that raises a lot of money for our school. After that, we have a Give a Hoot fundraising dinner, which is a smaller event for families that want to be pressured into donating bigger amounts to the school. And we make it a fun evening out and tell everyone to bring their checkbooks and raise a lot of money for the school. So if you're interested in being bullied by me again, sign up for that. We're adding something new, which is a bingo night on December 1st. It's slated for a Thursday. And we want to do something at the school in December. We haven't done it in a while where we've had a December event, and we're thinking of using the auditorium and having one of our amazing parents, Justin Young, who has pro bingo equipment, set it up. And we're thinking of adding food and maybe even adding a crafts fair, but that'll all come together as we get closer. And another new thing is a spring jump-a-thon. A lot of schools have walk-a-thons and other a-thons, and we thought jumping would be kind of fun for our school community. So we'll see about getting the kids a ton of jump ropes and them gathering pledges from friends or family if they're so inclined to sponsor them. And lastly, we will have a big spring event, likely circus night again, because there's a lot we can do with that theme, but new theme ideas are always welcome. But again, getting our community together on our own yard and having a good time and having some entertainment. And then ad hoc events, smaller things, coffee talks on the yard, some parents' night outs, and any grade level get together. So that's our major overview. And here are the questions for you all to think about. Taste of Potrero, some of you know just through word of mouth, and some of you used to be there, was our biggest fundraiser of the year. And I'm not going to get into details of it, and these slides will come out to you later where you can click on the link and watch this very cool promo video of just how fabulous it was, and fabulous it was. But we changed it up for a lot of reasons, not just because the pandemic really shut things down, but it was mostly a team of working moms who took it on as a part-time job. And we had special connections to event organizers and, you know, the restaurant industry. We really stood on their shoulders to like be able to raise that money. So there's talk of bringing it back in some form or changing it to Sip of Potrero and having it be more beverage focused. Either way, it's never something that the PTA ran. It was always by a separate solo committee. So if you are passionate about this event and bringing it back in some form, please let us know. And hopefully, if someone's really interested, we can make it happen this year, but it's just a question mark at this point. And 2 other question mark events, maybe bringing back the Scholastic Book Fair. Again, that was something that usually one person kind of spearheaded, and another was Literacy Night, which was a smaller, you know, evening event just in the cafeteria, bringing people together around literacy activities. So if any of those interest you, those are not going to be run by the PTA this year, but we would love to support you and help you if you are interested in taking that on. So give it some thought. And we're going to do an on-the-spot informal poll right now about bringing back some kind of morning welcome circle. It used to be a weekly Monday morning tradition at DW that we would all be on the yard dropping off kids, and kids would line up with their classes and we'd sing a song and have a sense of community. That ended with COVID, and then our school start time changed to a much, much earlier time. So this is going to be a literal just raise your virtual hand if you think that a once a month Friday morning 7:50 a.m. thing is something that you personally are going to show up for. This is not theoretical. We're looking at who's raising their hands. And if this is important to you, raise your hand with the recognition that in order for it to be meaningful, people really do have to show up, and that would be you. And it's a big ask of Max and the teachers to adjust their Friday morning schedule. But for once a month,
hands being raised. We're at 14 hands so far. People are loving it, Rebecca.
Okay.
They're loving it.
I'll just give it another second for Sarah to record raised hands. And Sarah, you know, write down those names and we're taking note. I'm just kidding. We won't have to.
Did you want me to count, or Bridget, were you counting?
Well, there's just, it's keeping track at the bottom of my screen. We're at 20 right now, 21. If you guys are listening, raise your hand.
Early riser.
Translate this in Spanish. This is a voting, and I think it's
important.
important.
Thank you, Ana. Muchísimas gracias.
Nada. I can do it, or you want
Yeah.
to do it?
No, please, Ana, please, por favor.
Para las familias que hablan español, ahorita están pidiendo votaciones donde históricamente la comunidad de Daniel Webster, los lunes nos reuníamos en la yarda y había como el estudiante de la semana, y Rebecca está preguntando que si es algo que a ustedes les gustaría para hacerlo una vez al mes. Right, Rebecca? Once a
Yeah,
month.
once a month.
Una vez al mes, los viernes, y esa sería una oportunidad para conocer a otros padres y interactuar. Y es algo que Rebeca le va a comunicar a los maestros y al director si es algo que a ustedes les interesa. So, si están de acuerdo, por favor, usen sus opciones de la parte de abajo. Si están en su teléfono donde están los 3 puntos, seleccionen More y ahí va a poder decir Raise Hands, que es levantar la mano. Y ahí ellos pueden contar su votación.
Thank you so much, Ana. Bridget, what are we at?
We are at Speta. Let's see. Sorry, my screen got weird.
I just
26.
Okay, we got to do it. Okay, we'll make Max do it.
27. Tim, you didn't vote. I guess you don't want it. You don't
I'm
want
not voting either. I don't wake up that early. I'm in bed.
Oh,
Sorry.
I like your honesty. Yeah, I don't mean to put you on the
Yeah.
spot. I just everyone sings.
I'm working late. Text me at any hour of the night. Do not text me before 8 a.m., friends. I'm not
You
here.
know
for
your
it.
limits. You share.
Bridget's on duty the early morning.
I'm up really early. Text me, 5:30 on. I'm roaring to go with the 1.5-year-old,
I did a proxy vote, Bridget, over here.
Oh, okay.
We did.
All right. So our first community decision is made. We're going to give that a shot. We'll let Max know. He will not be psyched. He'll do it for us. Okay. Jumping ahead. I'm not going to read all of these. These will come to you later. There's lots of opportunities to support and volunteer in the PTA in ways big and small. Check out this list later. The only thing I will point out is classroom snacks should at this point be being organized by room parents. If you are not getting emails from a room parent asking you to sign up to bring snacks, please let Sarah Judge know. She is our room parent coordinator and volunteer coordinator, and she will give your room parent a gentle reminder to organize that, because kids need snack in the morning, as they head out to recess, and some of them haven't eaten a big breakfast. So we just want to collect those and make it happen since the district doesn't do it anymore. I'm also not going to read through all of these, but these amazing people have taken on really meaningful big roles for the PTA this year, so that the executive team isn't trying to juggle all of these things, but it ranges, from coordinating volunteers to managing membership to gifts for teachers as those times of year come up. And the beauty of it is that helps us streamline it, so you're not getting emails from like 15 different people about the same thing. We're going to streamline all of that. And the only additional support role that I just recently thought to add was a lost and found coordinator. So if you have any interest or ability to just, every few weeks go into the cafeteria, look through that enormous bin, see if there's anything with names on it, or just give reminders for parents to check, that would be awesome. And if there's another thing that you don't see on this list that you think is getting forgotten, we've had garden coordinators, we've had other things, feel free to email us. We can probably find someone to do the lift on that. And now to one of our amazing volunteers who has taken on one of these support roles. This is Michal running yearbook this year. Michal, you want to do your intro on what we can expect?
Of course. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see everyone, and I'm happy about the Friday morning circle. I will be there. Okay, so yearbook. I think this is kind of like the theme that Rebecca was saying earlier too. We're starting the planning early and building the yearbook out early this year. We had a really stealth small team last year, and Raquel and Sarah and Anna and Myra have, gratefully are going to support me on this, but we are going to do this a little bit quicker and easier. So what I'm asking from all of you is take photos. You're at drop-off, you're jumping into the classroom, or you're picking up in the end of the day. We have folders that we've created by grade, by event. You're going to be going on field trips. Drop the photos in there. We would love for support. We're going to kind of build as we go. rather than just wait and do everything at the end. So if anyone would like to help with building some of the pages, fifth grade parents out there, there's a lot of fifth grade kind of fun projects. There's the design of the yearbook cover, there's the fifth grade baby pictures. So would love some support there. And we have an email address. So if you have any questions, and following this meeting, we'll be sending out an email with more detail, a lot more detail. Thank you.
Thank you, Michal, for organizing all of this, and really just do take photos. We all love to see them, and it really makes a big impact when we can include that in a piece of memorabilia at the end of the year. So make it happen, folks. School tours, we already sort of covered. There's a link here to sign up to help give those tours, and Max asked for his help at the school fair. So that info will all be here, clickable for you later. And now an important message about fundraising. So again, I'm just going to speed through this. You'll get more info later, but we have an ambitious goal of raising $250,000 this year. We've done it in the past. We think we can do it again. We call it our Give a Hoot fundraising campaign because we're the Owls. And we are hoping that we can do a combination of events and direct donations to make that happen. Your donations are tax deductible, and a lot of them are matched by companies that a lot of us work for. So please, please leverage that. It makes an enormous difference. And in the past, there have been ways that friends have asked one another if they can, shoot someone a check and get it doubled by their friend's company. If they don't have company, we would never officially sanction that, but if you do it, it would be really cool. Just consider it. And you can look up your company in this link later to see if your company is one of those. This is our Give a Hoot launching formally in October. And the short story behind it is just that the demographics of DW have changed. That is why we've shifted away from Taste of Potrero. We know that a lot of families can just give directly without us needing to leverage the whole city to come to a big event that we run. So we're asking families to consider somewhere in the area. And again, this is a big ask of $2,000 a year if you're able to afford it. If we get 125 families to do that, we are going to get our fundraising goal met for the year. And so if you can give even more, and if you can't give as much, but you can help out in person with some events and just be a member of our community who lends a hand, that's great too. It's never a pressure thing unless you join the Give a Hoot fundraising dinner, in case we will pressure you, but in a fun way. And there are also passive ways to help us fundraise. So we have an awesome organizer, David, who is finding some of these super simple passive things like Amazon Smile, kicks back some money to us, Mabel's Labels, and you can click through on these links, but also we'll send more later. Things like Good Life Grocery has script, gift card kind of things. So Goat Hill Pizza, Sports Basement, we'll send more info, and we'll try not to spam you with it a million times. So just try when you do get that email to really go through it, sign up for the things that make sense for you. It adds up in the background. And we're getting close to the end. And if we had started on time, we would be 30 minutes, but here we go. It's learning as we go, but upcoming events, Pasta Night on Friday, October 21st. That'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. You'll get a ton more info about that. Potrero Hill Festival is, I'm blocked by the date on that, the week before, the 15th. The Give a Hoot fundraising dinner is set for Wednesday, October 26th. And my question to the community is, do we do it at 54 Mint again, or does anyone have another connection to a great restaurant that we can support and has good space? So think about that. Send us any ideas if you have them. And this new bingo night thing happening December 1st. Huge ask from Sarah, who's running the silent auction. Please start thinking about items you can donate to our silent auction for Pasta Night. We're definitely in the zone now, about a month out, where it's really great to start gathering things. Do you have tickets to events that you could give us? Do you have some great gourmet food or drinks sitting in your wine cellar? Do you have an amazing weekend home that you'd be willing to lend out for the sake of raising some good money for our school? Custom items like jewelry. And if you can touch base with Sarah here, she will be able to collect that and happily take it off your hands and get ready to spend big at pasta night on something fabulous, everyone. Sarah, was there anything you wanted to add?
You like totally covered. I just wanted to encourage people that if you think you have something that like you're not sure if people would want, like throw it my way. I mean, people were bidding on things last year that I just never would have thought people would bid on. I'm also trying to get this started a little earlier. This kind of fell into my lap last year and it wound up being really fun. But if you think you have something, as soon as possible, email me so we can arrange, how I can pick it up from you, what it's worth, so we can kind of get a head start and get people really excited about this.
Thank you. It's a lot of work that Sarah's taken on with this, and it's a huge fundraiser for the school. And one thing I forgot to mention that actually does sell are experiences. So if you just have an interest or a talent, like that can sell. We had a parent last year who offered like an evening of crafts at her house, and those sold. So think of something you can host that doesn't even necessarily cost you a lot. I mean, maybe you know a great hiking trail and you just want to take people on a great hike and include some snacks or coffee or whatever. Add that. It's all just money towards the school, and people actually like the ones that bring smaller groups of people together around a common interest. So consider it. Maybe you want to take people kayaking in Crane Cove. I don't know. Think about it. Be creative. Okay, closing it out almost with communications goals. This has been a big complaint in the past, and we are trying to address this and fix it. We want to avoid sending you 1,000 emails a year. So if you want something shared, try to go through me. I'm going to send out, regular updates, and I'll be synthesizing any relevant information. But please, if you are sending a direct email to the whole school at this very special address that will hit hundreds of people, put it in BCC, please, so that you're not getting reply alls from, 20 people, and use that sparingly. It's for like emergencies or something is really urgent. Otherwise, try and wait and have me include it. And all of the PTA support crew, you will all, if you have something to share, try to coordinate it through me if possible. Room parents, go crazy with your own classes, like stuff will come up, get-togethers, feel free to email your own classes, but whole school will try and reduce it. And one of the ways we're reducing it, I'm very proud to say, we have a website for the PTA. It's up and running, and we are putting everything there, you guys. So anytime, day or night, that you just want to dive back into some slides, these slides are already up there. This is super meta. The slides of the PTA slide is here. It's there. You can go to this link, and everything you need, even everything Nicole shared about yearbooks, everything Max shared about tours, it's all there. Check out our website, please. Someone stayed up really late making this. It was me. And it's hopefully going to be a useful place when you cannot remember what the last email was and the info it had or the link to the calendar. It's all there, all in one place. Join the PTA. We forget that we need to join every year. You can set it up to auto renew. Go through Totem. It is by far the easiest way and creates the least amount of work for Tim to manage. And we don't want to overwork Tim, you guys. He's handling our money. So please go through Totem. If you need a special exemption to hand him some cash, fine. We'll allow that. But ideally go through Totem. We have 53 members. And the important thing for that is that you don't get to vote on important things like the budget unless you're officially a member. And we're at the end, everyone. We made it. Homework, join the PTA. Join the next PTA meeting and set up Amazon Smile for yourself. And for extra credit, location suggestions for Give a Hoot, silent auction items to Sarah, and just a million volunteer opportunities are linked there and on the website. So things like getting traffic help to Max, who is not getting a ton of signups for that. Please consider, if you are an early riser, just getting there a little bit early to just help direct cars and keep kids safe would be awesome, but lots of other ways to help. And that's it. End of the meeting. For those of you who need to run, since this did go later thanks to our technical difficulties, go ahead and run. But for anyone who has ideas or questions or thoughts, I'm happy to hang around. And if anything is piled up in the Q&A section, Bridget, you can always tag any questions that came up at this point. But thank you, everyone.